You are in the place where the decisions are made that determine what our environment is going to be like in the future. You have, sitting amongst you today, the politicians who are making those decisions. You can talk to them. You can tell them what you want. You can tell them whether you want to live sustainably, whether you want a sustainable Northern Ireland, or whether you think we should go along, as we have been, with an awful lot of waste and living as if we had 3 whole planets of materials to use.
Hi!
Did you have a nice journey?
Yeah.
Kids Pledge ASAP was launched in March this year and has already got nearly 700 signatures. Welcome to Stormont.
When the children first see Bag Lady, they're just in awe of her. They love her costume. She's a wonderful way with her. She had very visual resources with her as well, and she's a very memorable lady.
Kids Pledge ASAP is a Northern Ireland thing. It's about our children, that is you all around the room. Thank you so much for coming. And the teachers, who are even more brilliant, if possible, than the children, taking lead roles in a very simple story about all of us getting together to play our part in literally saving the world. It is that serious.
This facial area.
1, 2, 3, go!
An old Kenyan proverb says, "You should treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents, it was loaned to you by your children." More people are using more and more resources, more intensity than at any other time in human history. Something has to be done to stop this, and whilst I as a politician can try to influence this in the Assembly, it is children such as yourselves who can play a major role, and you are the actual ones who can actually teach adults. And I have seen this on large scale, where children are going home and saying to their parents, "Mummy, Daddy, we need to do this. You can put this plastic in here," and you've learned all about the different types of ways of disposing waste appropriately.
Is that this building represents every day of the year, so the government meeting here are looking after the population all year round.
I can't avoid noticing that Northern Ireland is more rubbishy this year than ever. Why? When our children are being taught things about environment that we never learned? And what can we do about it? The answers to both questions came to me when one 5-year-old girl in one of the schools said to me, "I sometimes throw rubbish out the car window. My daddy does." I was thinking to myself, "Your daddy," when she added, "My mummy does too."
We can stop some things. We can certainly stop dropping litter. We can stop throwing things away. We can stop wasting energy. We can stop wasting resources.
Hi, my name is Ruben. I want to give up playing the Xbox as much and I want to read more.
I'm giving up using the lights as much, and I'm taking up walking more.
Try not to throw the rubbish out car windows and all that.
We've got to get the young children, get them young, because basically they're the future generations. They have got to change the habits. They've got to understand that we do live in a planet which has limited resources, and they've got to change their lifestyles.
And I'm going to give up watching TV as much, and I'm going to take up going outside.
Walking instead of driving everywhere.
Playing the Xbox as much and leaving it on and not playing it. And I'm going to take up running more. I'm going to give up using the lights a lot and use more natural light.
Playing the way, and I'm going to take up walking.
The kids and the teachers in the schools that I've been visiting to, around about 30 in the last 2 or 3 months, 200 in the last few years, the children and the teachers know it a lot better than the average adult.
We are working towards a green flag in our school, and all of the Eco Committee and most of the classes throughout our school have done a pledge for the Bag Lady. And this is my pledge. I, Maeve Hamill, promise to stop leaving my television on standby, and I will start to use less electricity and play outside more.
It was lovely watching primary school children feel so passionate about the need to look after our environment, and I do feel the future is bright.
My committee is very aware of the problems we face in the north in relation to climate change. Most of those we talked to agreed that we need to do much more to prevent climate change, particularly here in the north, where we are some way behind England, Scotland and Wales. The Clean Neighbourhoods Bill will deal with environmental problems such as litter, which all the kids are very aware of, fly posting, graffiti, noise and abandoned vehicles.
It is a wake-up call, and the good thing about children and young people and kids is that you can shape the opinions of others within your household, and you aren't as rigid in your ways as many adults, because sometimes you become very lazy. I'm sure many of you have parents who leave the lights on in the bathroom or the kitchen, or don't recycle in the right bins, etc. So it's up to you to go home tonight and give them a good kick up the backside and tell them that's not the way it's done, and show them the way it's done. So there's a big responsibility on you all. Up here at the Assembly, we make the laws and the rules, and something that I'm bringing forward is a law that whenever you go into a shop and buy a plastic bag, you're going to have to pay money for it. It could be 10p, could be 15p, could be 20p, and that might be enough to stop adults and children saying, well, hold on, that's too expensive, I don't want to take a plastic bag. This is only the start. You just have to go home now. You just have to educate your parents, your friends, your peers, because each one of you is a leader in your own right. And enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Big smile looking my way, folks.
Some pictures have been taken this morning of MLAs signing the pledge, perhaps not just getting, the pledge written down yet, because the poor things, you haven't had a chance to think it over yet. But the thing is that MLAs are as responsible as anyone else in the community, even more so because you're also legislators. So we need you to take the pledge because we need you to show us a good example. The adult pledge and the kids pledge ASAP are about doing. There is no room for tokenism. So we're asking you to do one thing, everybody. Give up one thing, take up one thing, to live ASAP as sustainably as possible.
Put rubbish in your pocket until you get home.
Not watching TV as much when it's sunny. I'm going to take up playing more outside.
I'm taking on riding my bike more. Turning the TV off when I'm not using it.
I'm going to walk to the shop more. They've recycled plastic bottles, glass bottles and paper. It's made a change.
It's making people think, making the children think that what they can do, what they're doing is affecting the planet, how it's affecting the future.
It's a fantastic day to take your children and celebrate the work that they have done over the year.
The children will learn more from Bag Lady than they'll ever learn from me standing up in a classroom. She's lots of fun and everything she does is very practical, and the children themselves are so keen to please Bag Lady.
In the last few weeks, as with Kids Pledge ASAP, we gave them the space, more and more children have begun to feel safe to admit they drop litter. It's not so much a confession in our sessions as a proud announcement. I'm giving up dropping rubbish. I'm taking up picking up rubbish. They're smiling and they're proud. We all need a safe space to talk about what we mostly know quite well we're doing that is harmful to the planet.
The pledge is so important because people will pick up good habits and get rid of bad habits. I'm going to start reusing my plastic bags and bringing them back to the shops and reusing them again and again.
Today, make a pledge. Take Shirley's pledge to change your life, because that's how we change the world, is by each and every individual making a decision to change.